Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Stephanie. I'm a life and relationship coach. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, you guys. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit subscribe down below. This week I want to get into ghosting. So I want to give you 5 reasons why someone will actually ghost you. Okay, this is really important because if you have been ghosted, then there is going to be the huge question of like, what just happened? Like, why did that happen? I thought we were like rolling along, and depending on where the relationship was, whether it was like the initial phases of dating or whether you were kind of with this person for a few months and you actually thought it was going somewhere and all of a sudden out of the blue, someone's completely gone. So each stage is going, or each person is going to go through something a little different depending on how long you were actually with the person. So if it was someone that was newly a person in your life, maybe not hurt so bad. Someone 6 months in, yeah, ouch, it's gonna hurt a little bit. So let's get into some reasons why, because let's just start off with, and none of them have to do with you personally. So let's just make sure we make that disclaimer. None of them had to do with you. Boom. Okay, reason number 1, they met someone else. Now, they met someone else, depending on the length of the relationship, again, it's going to either sting or it's not going to sting. Now, being cheated on, left, abandoned for someone else, none of that feels good, no matter if it's day 1 or 25 years down the road. But I want you to understand that, especially in the beginning phases of dating, someone that you were messaging and all of a sudden they didn't message you back, or you did exchange numbers and you went out a couple times and then you never heard from them again, you kind of have to have thick skin when you start dating, because you have to understand that you're not the only person in the world, and that it's no offense if someone else met someone else that they had more chemistry with. I think for me, I always went back to that place where even if I was really smitten with a person, and even if I was enjoying them and I thought maybe possibly something could happen here, I accepted that if they left my life for whatever the reasons were, then they weren't the one. And I really accepted that concept. I accepted that they weren't the person that was supposed to stay in my life or be in my life. And I was okay with that. I didn't get offended every time someone just didn't want to be with me anymore. Of course, it's going to hurt depending on how long it's been, but I want you to come back to that's not your person, and your person's coming. So when we're dating also, we don't want to come from a lot of fear. If we come from a lot of fear, then when someone does ghost us, or if someone does, especially if someone starts abusing or being manipulative or showing these red flags, if you come from that fear and that lack, you are going to overlook it, or it's going to really hurt you on like a super deep level than it probably should, because you wanted this so badly. You wanted it to work so badly with this person. And it's not that people are revolving doors and, okay, well, they didn't like me, so I'm over it. No, of course you're human and you're going to feel, but understand that there are other doors. There are other fishes in the sea. And even if you can't imagine yourself being with someone right now, that's okay. You will wake up one day and say, okay, I'm ready to date again, or okay, I'm ready to try this again. You just can't give up just because one person decided that they didn't want to be with you because they wanted to be with someone else. Okay, reason number 2 is, let's just keep it real, they're completely immature and avoid confrontation. So if I'm not a big girl, or if you're not a big boy, or whatever, then you're not going to want to have that uncomfortable conversation. And look, no one wants to have the conversation, but obviously, if they weren't into you, or maybe if they did meet someone else, there's no nice way to say that. And so if you're coming from someone that doesn't want to have those uncomfortable talks, then yeah, they're just going to ghost you. They're just going to leave and delete, block you even possibly everywhere. And you're going to feel so hurt and affected by it and take it personally, when really what this was for a multitude of reasons. They weren't ready, they met someone else, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing was they didn't have the cojones to actually say it to your face. And so you're going to get this immaturity of avoiding that conversation and instead just ghosting you. Now, number 3, let's be honest here. There are people in the world that don't want relationships. They don't want serious commitment. They want casual relationships. They want to fling or if it starts to feel like it is getting serious because they're unhealed or because that's just not their jam, they leave. They just want to leave. And so if the person doesn't want what you want, again, instead of having those adult conversations, they're just going to ghost you. So a lot of the reasons why people will just completely abandon ship is because they don't want the level of commitment or intimacy in that relationship that maybe you want, and that you were kind of like pushing the relationship to go down that natural road of progression. A lot of people don't want that. They just want casual relationships. And so when it starts to go down that road, they're going to immediately stop. And instead of saying, look, this is me, I have a lot of unhealed stuff inside of me, and I don't want anything serious because I fear intimacy and vulnerability. And so I'm just going to like be very casual with my feelings. Or maybe I just don't want an intimate relationship right now, whatever that looks like, because they don't want to have those conversations. They're just going to leave. So number 4, and it kind of ties in with number 3, but they actually fear vulnerability. They fear intimacy. And a lot of people that want those casual types of relationships and don't enjoy real connection with another person is because of a wound. Because we were put here as human beings to connect with each other. That is one huge thing about being a human, is being able to connect, to have empathy, to be vulnerable, to have that intimacy with a person. If you've been damaged and hurt and wounded in the past, you're going to fear that intimacy. You're going to fear progressing in a relationship, and it's going to make you want to kind of like either sabotage the relationship or make a huge, whoa, let's like stop this. This is going really, really fast because I'm nervous. And again, if you are wounded and intimacy really scares you and being vulnerable scares you, but you're healthy and you know what your wounds are, you're going to have those conversations with someone, a therapist, a friend, your partner, whoever, so you can get out the fact that I do want this, but I'm scared and I'm nervous and I've been hurt in the past and it terrifies me to let someone in. You're going to want to work on yourself. You're not going to jump ship and just completely ghost a relationship. And number 5, and I think, 3, 4, and 5 are kind of like tangled up with each other, but this person they have their own stuff going on, meaning maybe they're depressed, maybe they are dealing with some mental health issues, maybe they are really anxious in relationships, maybe they're very nervous, maybe they have an avoidant attachment style. So like maybe there are some things going on with this person. Maybe someone in their family just passed away, maybe they just lost their job and now they have to move, and again, because they don't want to have these conversations, that they just completely leave. But I think we can't take what people do so personally as if it has anything to do with us. Even if a person said, I don't want to be with you, that still, on a real deep level, has nothing to do with you. And what I mean by that, it has nothing to do with the fact that you weren't good enough, you didn't give this person what they needed, etc., etc. What it means is they feel, for whatever their reasons are, whether they're unhealthy reasons or not unhealthy reasons, it's just what they like, that you weren't able to give them something that they needed. Or again, maybe they just had met someone else and they were starting to kind of date that other person, and then you came along and now they want to really like progress with that person. We can't, that's not your person then. That's not your partner. That's not the person that you're supposed to be with. So these are really the main reasons why someone's going to ghost you. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to also comment down below. Have you ever been ghosted, and what is something that you did that really helped you through that process? So I will see you guys next week, and take care.